Hello, I'm James Kelly, the creator of the Miracle Choice game, and I'm going to explore today the idea that all lessons are gifts, and the idea of a lesson, a life lesson, a relationship lesson, a lesson that just happens to you, obviously is a useful thing, and it's quite common in spiritual terms to talk about, a situation being a lesson. And of course, that's progress because we're looking at that situation or that happening in a way that there's something to learn about it. It's not that something's happening to us and it's just awful and we can't do anything about it and it's just fate or destiny or whatever. But we're seeing situations as a lesson, and I think that's really useful, and I think it's a beginning step. And I love that A Course of Love takes it further. A Course of Love says that all lessons are gifts. And I'll just read a tiny bit from one of the treatises in A Course of Love. It says, "What comes as a lesson may not seem like a gift, but all lessons are gifts. They will not be lessons that you find difficult or distressing if you accept them as lessons and realize all lessons are gifts." So the difficulty and stress we have is kind of like, oh, here we go. Another life lesson, another thing to learn. I thought I'd got over that relationship issue, and yet I'm learning the same thing again. And yet what we don't realize in that moment is that all lessons are gifts. Otherwise we'd look at it differently. It wouldn't be distressing or uncomfortable. It wouldn't be hard work if we could see that there is a gift in that lesson and that all lessons are gifts. So what is the gift? So the gift can be many things, of course. The gift can be a gift of uncovering some thinking, some fear thoughts, some defense we're having, some block we're having that doesn't allow us to be the beautiful, expansive, loving self that we are here to be. So that's a gift. If anything is going to uncover something that we're resisting and let what we're resisting through, which is love, shine on us, then of course that's a gift. We'll say, well, some of the gifts are distressing then, if you want to call it a gift. And I think then what we're doing, if we're seeing gifts like that as distressing, is we're really not being open to accept and to welcome them in. We still have resistance, because there's a beautiful moment that comes when you can live your life knowing that all situations are lessons and all lessons are a gift. And I had that situation with my son, Yuri, when he wanted to have a second and third earring. And I thought, well, earrings, I don't like earrings, and it doesn't look, I don't think he's going to look good with 2 or 3 earrings. And that night, some people may not like that and judge against him, and he may have some difficulties because he's running around with 2 or 3 earrings in his ear. And because I could say no, he's only 14 and a half and he can't get earrings without permission of a parent, then it felt good in that moment, just for a fraction of a moment, to say no. But it didn't feel good to hang on to all those judgments and all the fear that were around those thoughts about earrings. It didn't feel good at all. And so I realized that situation was a gift. It was a gift to let go any concerns I had about making decisions now based on a future where people could judge my son, discriminate against him. I just had to let all those go, because the gift was there. Do I want to stay with those thoughts? Do I want to let them go? Do I want to stay with my concerns? Or do I want to just have the sense of relief, of not making decisions, of not looking at things and situations with fear of what could happen in the future, with concerns, or even personal preferences. I now have a personal preference that my son doesn't have any earrings. And but am I willing to let those go? Am I willing to make decisions that aren't based on personal preferences? And that's another beautiful gift. How do we learn to make decisions, to know what to do, that's based purely on love, that's free from personal preferences, that's free from thinking that is fear-based. And so that's a gift. Why wouldn't we want gifts like that? Why wouldn't we want to be open to lessons in our life and opportunities like that? And I think really after we walk through our life and we learn all our lessons and we receive all those gifts, I think then we're just really automatically a beautiful expression of love, because there's nothing else to learn. We've actually then moved beyond learning, which is another beautiful theme in the book A Course of Love. So I highly recommend having a delve into A Course of Love, received by Marie Perron, and maybe you can get those insights too for yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye.